Hello everyone, Taylorson here, and welcome to Stage 5 and Episode 5 of the Tour Auvergne Rhone Alps playthrough on the Tour de France 2026 game. And finally, we have a stage for the sprinters and for the peloton, given that in real life they seemingly can't win a stage at the moment. But here's how GC is going into the stage. Joao Almeida is in the yellow jersey, but Wout Van Aert with a stage win could take that off him. Tobias Johannessen is sat in 14th place, but I doubt we're going to be making any moves up the GC today, as it's more of a day for the sprinters. But that is not going to stop Anders Skarset from being in the breakaway. He is in the early move of the day with Gorka Sororain, Thibaut Gernelec, Martin Zverchek and Serhi Darder of Caja Rural. So two Caja guys in this breakaway, but it's probably not got the firepower to hold off the peloton like in the previous stage that Luke Plapp won. But we're on the hunt for King of the Mountains points, given that we're probably not going to take the stage honours, and it looks like at the moment we're being given free rein to just come to the front and cross the line. None of these guys have any King of the Mountains points, but we up the tempo across the line, and actually nobody attacks us, so this could be a very fruitful day for King of the Mountains for Uno X. 2 kilometres to go until the intermediate sprint, and the gap has just shaded below 3 minutes. With 67 kilometres to go, this is certainly not going all the way, but what has happened is that the rain has started, which could make things pretty treacherous towards the end of the stage, but everybody's going for the intermediate sprint now. Zverchek launches, Sororain on the left, Darder trying to squeeze his way through. We've got to go all the way around the right side and we might just get to the win, but we can't quite beat Sororain. We do get second on the bike throw. Pretty good bike throw from me there, with Gernelec in third. Final meaningful moment of the stage for Anders Skarset, because it's the final climb and this group are certainly not going all the way. 1 minute 42 now with 40 kilometres remaining, and the peloton seem completely intent on making it their day. Hopefully the group let us go to the front. We have done so on this flat section and just give us the climb for free, but nothing in life is ever free as Thibaut Gernelec goes for the move. We take our Energel to try and use to catch up, and actually people are getting away. Serhi Darder is stuck to our wheel at the moment as he allows Sororain to get up the road, but we've chased them down and hopefully not used too much of our attacking stamina to just sprint around them, and no competition whatsoever. We get the second King of the Mountains point. It probably won't mean much in the grand scheme of things, but at least Skarset's getting some points on the board.
He's just fallen.
Oh, hello then. Well, let's investigate this. Ayuso, down on the deck, the white jersey, currently on the podium, I believe, in the GC, has just hit the ground with teammate Julian Bernard for Little Trek. And we are very close with Tobias Johannessen. He might have just missed it as we hit play, and we do just about miss it with both Johannessen and Urienstad, who almost got taken out afterwards. But look at how that split up the peloton. There's a group of 29 now off the front and 113 riders in the peloton, as Nordhagen in the bottom left corner of your screen is out of the race. So Matej Jorgensen loses a key domestique but is in this split, as is Joao Almeida in the yellow jersey. But at the moment, it's NSN that are trying to push this on for Hugo Hofstetter, because he is currently a good sprinter in the group. Phil Bauhaus is also here for Bahrain Victorious, but that is a big moment perhaps in the GC, and a big moment for us to perhaps improve. We're not going to pace, but we are going to try and gain some time by sitting in the wheels at the moment. Hopefully, that bodes well for the rest of the race, and that we can move up in future stages, if not on this stage. But the group have joined back up. Well, with that scare over for Little Trek, they remain seated in the peloton, while up front, everybody is completely out of energy. That includes Anders Skarset, who is just going to sit at the back now and let the group be caught, because with 17.5 kilometres to go, it is going to be all together in the peloton, and it should be a sprinter's finish, the first one that we will see at this Dauphiné. So who is going to take the honours? It isn't the most stacked field of sprinters, neither is it the most stacked field of sprint trains, but Jayco AlUla are currently winning that battle in the purple jerseys in the centre of the road. Bahrain Victorious are moving their way up, but at the moment Jayco AlUla taking control of things at the front of the peloton. Uno X trying to move up in that corner there. They're going for Andreas Kron for their sprint. Urienstad in the King of the Mountains jersey trying to lead him out in a good position, but off goes Matthews. Matthews gets launched, and can he hold this one to the line? He's getting usurped a little bit by Kron on the left, Van Aert on the right, Ulig on the left, makes it, and I think that's Henry Ulig that takes the win. Wout Van Aert and Ulig on the line. It's going to go to a photo finish. And it's been decided that Alpecin Premier Tech will take the stage win, with Henry Ulig just about beating Wout Van Aert to the line. So Van Aert perhaps might be a little disappointed that he couldn't get the stage win he's been looking for so far in this race on the Tour de France game. But a consolation prize for Van Aert because of the bonus seconds for second place on the stage. He moves into the yellow jersey and will take the green jersey, while Urienstad remains the leader of the King of the Mountains. There's the result then. We had a brief spell up front with Andreas Kron, but finish with a very well-deserved top 5, only losing to Trentin in 4th, Matthews in 3rd, Van Aert in 2nd, and Henry Ulig in 1st place. Everybody else in the team stayed in the same group, and I'm just scrolling down at the moment to see whether Juan Ayuso was caught behind, because of course you cannot go as fast in a crash, but it looks like he and the rest of the GC favourites have stayed in the peloton, so no time gains for anybody other than Wout Van Aert, and that moves him into the yellow jersey for the Dauphiné, ahead of Joao Almeida and Juan Ayuso in 3rd. But watch this space for the future stages, because there could be some real movements in the GC to come, and that will all come perhaps in tomorrow's episode. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It is daily uploads until the end of this race. Stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.